No one in their right, healthy mind
would choose to die.
Sickness makes this choice.
Pain is pain, body or brain.
In silence,
we all suffer.
I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
And this caused people to think I was mentally handicapped.
Which in those days meant I was a retard.
I built up a lot of anger.
I became psychotic.
I was slipping away. Regardless of the pain,
I would move on quietly.
Silently, my story untold.
They would not find out.
Sickness had other plans.
I lost everything.
Even my dignity.
Dummy.
Retarded. Loser. Weak. Freak. Slow.
Change is necessary.
Change is necessary.
Change is necessary.
This is the fourth event that we've held. I reached out to DIFD. They were very supportive. One of DIFD's mandates is about erasing the stigma around youth mental health. You're kind of torn right after the event. It's like, I'm never doing this again because there's so much work to prepare it. This year we're excited to have our first guest speaker on board.
My name is Chris Naimi. I'm a teacher, an author, and a mental health advocate. I can't emphasize enough how important it is that events like ILLBOK step forward and open up doors for those that are struggling. I just have the utmost respect for someone like Stu. He has stepped up to make a difference for other people because he wants them to feel that they're not alone. When people like Stu step up and do these things, we realize that there is goodness in the world. There are people who want to make a difference.
What is this event all about? I always was aware there was a mental health issue going on in society, but never really paid that close attention to it. And when I sat back and thought about the number of friends and family that I've had that have lost the battle with mental health, I just thought it was the right thing to do.
When I'm depressed, I feel so alone. Like I'll never find any joy again. As if I'm a waste of matter and energy. I know these thoughts aren't rational. When it gets bad, it's like there's nothing there. Empty. When I'm manic, I feel alone. My thoughts race. No one understands my vision and how my grand plans will change the world. People are afraid because I'm different from that other guy I usually am.
There's a lot of room here, eh? The previous three events were held at Greenfields in Barrhaven. Had always thought about having it at a bigger venue and wanting to expand. I'm a bit of a dreamer when it comes to that. When we decided to move to the horticulture building, I don't know what I was thinking. Relative to the previous three, the amount of work is astronomical. The previous three events being in Barrhaven kept most of the focus in Barrhaven. Now, downtown in a bigger venue and a need to sell 5 times as many tickets as I have in the last 3 events. That took a lot more effort. That whole donation collection thing is a ton of work. Probably 2% do you actually walk out with anything. Just filling out forms for corporations, 50 times 2, that's 100 hours, and received 2 responses. There's just so many details to look after. You need to get a liquor license, so you need to apply for that. You need to have a SOCAN license, that's so you can dance and listen to music. You need to have insurance. You need to have security. You need to have seats. What size stage do you want? How many chairs do you want? Lights and sound, where do you get that from? The logistics of the evening is probably what I'm most nervous about right now. I've been having nightmares about showing up and seeing like 3 people here.
I was as normal as it gets. My mental illness snuck up on me out of nowhere. All of a sudden, my heart started pounding, breathing heavily. I try to get out of bed, get some help. The months that followed were a nightmare. It was like I was trapped in quicksand or swimming against a strong current. While my friends were savoring life's beautiful moments of youth, I barricaded myself in my apartment. The mind had succumbed to its new master, fear.
All right, well, it's the day of the event. We're heading into the building. I'm gonna throw up because I'm nervous. I'm also gonna throw up because I'm excited. So we're starting to unload. Done the best job we can, so it'll be what it'll be. Hopes are that everybody has a great time and walks out of here and goes, that was fantastic. And we've raised a lot of cash for DIFD and a lot of awareness around youth mental health. We're going to have fun doing it, but it's also in everybody's own little way a way of saying that we're here for you. We need to make sure that we help in the effort to erase the stigma around youth mental health, or mental health in general. That's the message. Another thing I think we need to do is to keep the conversation going, and then there's the part about the conversation. They say, have the conversation. Well, what do you say?
How do we know when we have sufferers around us? It's called listening. When we listen to our family and we listen to our friends and our coworkers, we make a difference in their life because they realize that they have someone who cares, someone to talk to. Instead of asking our friends how they are, instead go up to them and say, is everything okay? My goal for you is to get to know the other side of someone. Let's again give a round of applause to Stu for what he's done today. We could always open our doors to more people and try to bring in a bigger crowd, but the point is, mental illness is a real illness. It's something that needs to be treated, but the only way that's going to happen is if people speak up to get the help they need. When they do get the help they need, these things start to change and people's lives become better.
The grand message is there's an epidemic going on in this country. People need to wake up to it. We need to make sure that we help in the effort to erase the stigma around youth mental health, or mental health in general. That's what it is.
We have been battered by sickness.
We have experienced the worst, but have continued on.
Without hope, we are
nothing.
nothing. We each share one commonality.
It is hope.
For the first time in a long time,
I see promise.
I will not give up. You are not alone.
Illness is not your fault.
I'm here for you.
We'll stay side by side.
I am determined to succeed.